Earlier this year, my brother and I went on a short road trip to France. We were supposed to bond over adventure and he was supposed to fall in love with van life. But boy, did it go wrong. Just watch this unfold. That is like a major issue. Engine's currently propped up on logs, hanging out the back of the van. 3, 2, 1. No. Guys, I'm just getting the Kombi ready. Welcome back to Kombi Life. We are off on a little adventure. But first, some interesting news. Picking up my travel partner for this little weekend getaway. Hey.
Hello, what a surprise. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, I'm ready.
Wait.
Don't come in because it's a bit of a mess.
Okay, right, we are off on an adventure, but first, let's check out your new van. Mate, that is amazing. I cannot believe that you owned that.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it when I was driving it home.
I'm so stoked for him. He's been trying to get a T5 for ages. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been, I mean, we've been to auctions, we've been looking online, like 3 failed auctions.
3 failed auctions.
Yeah, but we're here and it turned out better than I even expected anyway, so which is amazing.
Can't wait to get into that, but first, it's adventure time. We're going off in the Kombi. Let's load up. Cannot wait. Lots of camping coming up. It's going to be amazing. Adventure time. Woo! We've got that not working, so what time is it? Definitely expensive right now for the old petrol. I think the same is true everywhere, but it's cheaper here in Jersey. We're going to fill up the tank before we get to the mainland, Europe. And petrol's going to be expensive in Europe. Now's not a good time for road trips. What's that cost us? 60. How you doing, Alvin? As Connor will soon be embarking on his own van life adventures, this trip was supposed to be a golden opportunity for me to share a few tips about how I made van life fun and affordable. Alright, this is where we're going in France. We're going to go and see what adventures we can find in Brittany. It's very undocumented, but we're going to this town here called Kamaraid-sur-Mer, to this peninsula called Pen-Hir. We need to find accommodation. You've got a van now, so you need to know how to do this. Yeah. Let's do some filters. We don't want to see the paying one. Looks alright. 4 stars, 3.5 stars.
Yeah, we got 4.5. Nice.
That's really sound. It's got toilets. Yeah, it's perfectly on the way. This is important, looking at the recent feedback, because if there's someone's had a break-in or something, they're going to write it here, and this is where you find that out. So it's not safe to leave your car, but you can translate it.
Damn, this app's so good.
I know. Find the navigation button.
5 hours.
5 hours?
I know, right?
In a normal car, in the Kombi,
we'll be doing back to back.
Yeah, just make sure that's clear. I don't know, Brokeback Mountain trip. Made it onto the ferry. Next stop, France. Woo! Mate, we're in France. Let's go road tripping.
Let's go.
Got a new passport because my passport ran out. This is the first time I've had a blue passport in a very long time. Back to being British. This is the pre-Brexit colour, the European colour. This is the colour I want. I miss it. I'm still sad about it. I'm never going to be over it. Sweet. We're through customs. Next stop, we need supplies. Woo! I love that. A little kid being excited to see a Kombi. I love that. Which way? Quick supply run. Just the important stuff. Turns out it takes a lot longer to get anywhere in a Kombi when it's not running very well, but more on that in a minute. Before we get started on the last good day of this saga, I need to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Athletic Greens. AG1 by Athletic Greens is the perfect balance of minerals, vitamins and antioxidants, but AG1 is much more than a greens powder. To be honest with you, despite the best intentions to have a healthy, balanced diet, sometimes life just gets crazy, like it's about to in this episode. That's why for the past couple of months I've been starting my days with AG1, and with just one scoop per day I know I can fill the nutritional gaps and get my body everything it needs, including supporting my nervous system, immune system and digestion with superfoods and pre and probiotics, and this leaves me feeling fit and healthy and ready to tackle the next adventure, even if it is a challenging one. This really is a beneficial and super easy ritual to adopt because you can get rid of all of the other vitamins and minerals that you are taking that you probably forgot to take anyway, and replace it with one scoop, 8 ounces of water daily. That's it. You don't even need a blender. Shake and you're done. So easy. Athletic Greens is offering Kombi Life subscribers a whole year of free immune supporting D3 plus K2 plus 5 travel pouches when you make your first purchase. So head over to athleticgreens.com/kombilife to start your order. Thanks to Athletic Greens and thanks to you guys. Now back to the misadventure. The fridge still works, that's good. Arrived late last night to a nice little camp spot. I've discovered a few things with the Kombi are not working. One, my fan is not working at all. Two, this is not working at all. What else have we got? The water doesn't work and the engine is not working. On the plus side, we do have a nice campsite. Lovely. Come and have a look. Not bad, eh, bro?
Not too bad.
It is stunning. Another little free camp spot on our way through Brittany. Overshadowed by the engine performance last night. We got here about midnight. It took us many hours to get here. We used an entire tank of gas, petrol on the way, which cost 85 euros to fill back up. Petrol's so expensive right now. Yeah, need to figure out what's going on with the engine. Something's not right. What's for breakfast?
Got some oats, pre-mixed oats and granola in there, and we got some berries. Start off with some porridge.
What were you saying last night? Someone shined a light in the van.
I just thought there was some sort of light, but
you didn't think to
I didn't care, to be honest. If someone wanted to have a look in the van, I was so tired. I was like, just let them look. I didn't even open an eye.
Update on the plumbing situation. I found the issue. This foot pump should let water through to the sink, and this solenoid is what controls it. This thing here is dead. So I don't have a spare solenoid with me, but I do have a non-return valve which is about the same size, so I'm going to put that in its place. That should get us through this week. Got a lot of pressure in the system here and a lot of water going everywhere.
Oh god!
Come on. Is that all we get? That's not very much water though, is it, bro?
It's not enough.
Look at that. The tap's blocked, I think, with gunk that's grown over winter. Good job I've got that nice filter on my drinking water to stop this shit from happening. Come on, let's get water. Come on!
Good job, then.
So Connor's going to drive and I'm going to monitor the engine on the computer and see if I can see where the problem is. Despite monitoring the Gen 4 EFI system, I was unable to see any obvious problems, although the mixture in the fuel table wasn't exactly perfect. I was clearly going to need to get my hands dirty and take a closer look, which would prove to be an absolute disaster. But before we get into that, please allow us a brief moment of fun. I think we found it. Because after all, that was supposed to be what we came here for. Suited and booted. We don't exactly know what's down there or where we're going. Rope! How do you say rope in French, Connor? Absolutely stunning here in Pen-Hir. Look at this place. Look at that. Oh my days. We're going to go down there and play see what we can find. Not entirely sure that we can get back out if we go down, but I guess that's part of the fun. To put this into some context, this was the first time Connor and I had been away on a climbing adventure on our own. A great opportunity to put into practice the skills that we've been learning over the past year, and the first time my brother and I would be 100% responsible for getting ourselves into and out of trouble. What happens? Seriously, look at that thing. Yeah. Look at it. Woo! It's right up there.
Thankfully there was a jog.
Woo! How good is that?
It's so good. Such a journey.
Didn't even know this was practically on our doorstep, just on the other side of the pond. Brittany is absolutely stunning. It's, you know, France is so big and Brittany is just so diverse. There's so much to see in just that one department. What side of the road did we drive on, Connor?
Right.
Right. We drive on the right-hand side of the road. What side of the road did we go round roundabouts on?
You just go straight over.
You just go straight over. You know, you went the wrong way round a roundabout. A hairy moment, but it was fun. Quite lucky to have France like this on our doorstep. And we are just seeing one tiny thing of it. Tiny little piece of it for a weekend, really. From Pen-Hir Point, we drove about 10 kilometres away to find a nice rural place to set up camp. We thought just for the night, but then we didn't know what was about to happen. Connor did the breakfast duty this morning. Got this beautiful marine park thing in the background where we stayed last night. Beautiful place to wake up, really chilled. How are you feeling about van life?
Good, loving it.
What do you like about it?
Just the freedom, really. Making food, showered from a stream, poured water over my head with a saucepan.
Oh yeah, the shower wasn't working either. You can add that to the list. So what happened next was pretty traumatic. Despite wanting to go climbing, I really needed to find out what was wrong with the Kombi before I could do any more driving. I'd already tried a bunch of things, including a full tune-up before we left Jersey, but the issue was just getting worse and worse. Getting a bit desperate with it, really. It feels like I'm running the engine and it's not getting hot, but it's just underpowered and using too much petrol, and I just don't think it's good for it. I'm a little bit concerned that it's going to have some serious consequences. When I say that, I'm speaking from experience. I learned the hard way what happens when you run a Kombi when the engine isn't firing on all cylinders, so to speak. So I decided to pop out the spark plugs and check the tuning of the engine, and to do that you have to turn the engine by hand like this and then feel for when the piston is at the top dead centre of its stroke. You can do that by sticking something in the spark plug hole like a screwdriver, only yeah. Connor, we got major problems.
It's not how a screwdriver's meant to look, is it?
You see this screwdriver? That just snapped off inside the engine. That is inside cylinder number 3. That is like a major issue. Holy sh... To put this into context, the lovely remote bird sanctuary we were in was now an awful place to be. The nearest auto parts store was 2.5 hours walk away, but just then the first car we'd seen in about 18 hours pulled into the car park. Maybe our luck was starting to turn. Leclerc auto? Leclerc? Okay. Spoken with my friend Orion, who has told us that he's called ahead and found out that there's a magnet here in Leclerc. So we're going to see if we can find a magnet and see if we can fish out the broken screwdriver from the cylinder. Who knows? Wish us luck. Okay, we need a magnet on a stick. In a further turn of misfortune, the flexible magnet tool we needed was no longer in stock. Don't see no magnets on those sticks. They said they had one, so we had to go to the hardware store instead and make one. So what we're going to do is, I think this is like a toilet unblocker or something. We've got that, we've got some epoxy I think, and hopefully I've got a magnet somewhere here. So I'm going to smash this magnet, stick it in the end of this, glue it together, stick it down the hole of the spark plug, and hopefully pull out the screwdriver that's down there. And not lose this, because if we lose that in there, we definitely got to take the engine apart and out, and that's going to be very difficult. Shit. Right, let's go. Right, got that on the end of there. Ready? Don't lose a bit. Oh, you see the spark?
Yeah. Oh, damn. That was easy.
That broke more than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll do. It's been better to get the right tool.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 little pieces of magnet in the end of this thing. This is the most cowboy shit I've done, like outside of South America.
Wow.
I'm in France, man. It's supposed to be a civilized country. Is that going to stay it together?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it still going to be magnetized, or is it going to be inside some cocoon of glue?
Insulation.
So this is our toilet fishing tool that we've made. Now I'm going to try to fish that broken screwdriver out of the engine, which is going to be extremely difficult, but if that doesn't work, we have to take the engine apart and take the engine out. So that's something we want to try to avoid. Turning the engine round so the piston's at the bottom. The next few hours were very uncomfortable and fruitless. Just getting the makeshift magnet tool into the spark plug hole at the back of the engine was a challenge in itself. Every time we pulled it back out, we had no fish on our rod. To be honest, we didn't think the magnet was even picking up the broken screwdriver tip, which was heartbreaking. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the screwdriver piece out of the engine with the fishing rod, so now we're going to have to take the engine out and the engine apart. There's no mechanic, well, the local mechanic went out of business in the pandemic, and there's no other mechanics in town and nobody that can tow us either. So we basically have to take this out, take it apart on that picnic bench over there, which I'm not looking forward to be honest with you. I do carry a lot of tools and spare parts in the Kombi, and most of my maintenance is done on the side of the road. However, for major work like dropping the engine, I prefer to do it in a garage where you can access heavy lifting equipment that I can't really travel with. But that wasn't an option this time, so we called our new French friends who are still in the area and asked very nicely if they could help us find another auto store. We've got to go and get some tools to make this happen. That's what I've got. It's not going to do it. That's what I've got, but I need that one. Expensive day, but needed some big kit. 238 euros for a big jack stand, and well, 2 big jack stands and a huge what do you call it? Cric. Cric.
Chandelle.
Chandelle.
Yes.
And what is your name?
Ludwig.
Ludwig.
Yes.
And your wife?
Armel.
Armel.
Yes.
Heroes.
No.
Casual nighttime reading. My favourite book in the Kombi. How to keep your Volkswagen alive. Yeah, we got a name for that. Even with the biggest jack we could find in the shop, we still couldn't lift the Kombi high enough to be able to drop the engine. So we had to use a block of wood on the jack, which was a bit sketchy to say the least. But I've definitely seen worse. Look how gnarly the Kombi looks right now. It's not a good day. It's not a good day when your van looks like that, is it? You're parked in a car park. At least we're by the beach and it's dry, but that looks like it might change. Do you think that's high enough to get the engine out?
I think it's high enough.
Yeah? Hopefully.
starts raining, we can just sleep under there tonight.
We might have to sleep under the Kombi, yeah. Can't sleep in it. Right, come on, let's go.
Crack on.
Got some weather coming in, which isn't going to help. In the meantime, we've got to drop the engine now on that block of wood because we can't quite reach with the tools that we have. But we're hoping that we can take the engine out and balance it on that piece of wood. You reckon you're going to do it?
I reckon we got it.
Seen it done in Panama, so I know it can be done. But they did have a few more people on hand. What was that, Colombia? I forget. As you can see, it's dark and we're still going, trying to get the engine out before we even take it apart. It's been very difficult to get it out, and there's a lot of wiring in with the fuel injection. It's been put in really, really well, but it's not possible for us to get it out right now. Like, not without rewiring everything, so just working through that. It's a nightmare. I know what some of you will say, puedes bajar este motor en menos que 20 minutos, güey. It's true, sometimes you can take the engine out in less than half an hour, and sometimes you can't. This engine, with its external oil cooler and electronic fuel injection, took a little longer to figure out. But eventually, we did get there.
Hello. Oh, you good?
I don't know. It's been a while since I saw the Kombi like this.
Hey.
Mate, we got the engine out.
Nice, let's go. Come on.
How's the day been?
Mission, but finally coming to an end, I think. Engine's out, gutted. Doing some surgery right now.
Not the day we had planned. I think we're signing off for the night. We've been at it like all day trying to problem solve this. Finally, we've got the engine to the ground. Shout out to Mark from CB Performance for helping us with a bit of step-by-step on the phone. Appreciate
Thank you,
that,
Mark.
mate. And yeah, I think we're going to leave that. We've pinched some logs from the neighbour. We'll put them back, don't worry. But the engine is currently sitting on borrowed wood.
The heart is being removed.
Yeah. And we've got to try to make this Kombi a little bit more comfortable so we can get some sleep and get at it tomorrow, see what we can do. Whoa, hang on, what? You're still not subscribed? Hit that red button. Morning, bro.
Morning.
Today is the last day that we are supposed to be here. We're supposed to get on a boat very early, in 24 hours we should be back in Jersey. However, we have a lot of work to go ahead of us today. One last chance at fishing the screwdriver out. If that doesn't work, the engine has to come apart. Last night, to make things worse, I stopped at midnight and the shower wouldn't work. I was like, we've got a tiny bit of water left. I'm just gonna I haven't had a shower in 4 days. So I was thinking I'll just quickly wash my hair with some warm water as a morale boost. Didn't work. So I had a shower at midnight in this stream. Look at it. I showered in that. Oh my god. Kombi Life. Yay. This is about as bad as it could get. We're going to need a lot of good fortune today. Connor's being an absolute legend. He's helped so much. I would hate to be doing this on my own. He's been a real trooper. These are all the bolts for the Kombi to put the engine back in, and I genuinely can't remember where they all go. It's a lot more difficult to put this engine in and take this engine out and put it back in, so there's a lot more going on than what I've done previously. Just hope that it comes to me when I put it back in. Got no other choice really. Last chance to fish out this screwdriver. This isn't working at all, we're not even hearing it. Picking up the screwdriver, we can get it into the hole, but we just can't get it out at all, so I think we have to take it apart. What do you think? Let's have a try. No. That's well heavy. That's well heavy, okay?
Yeah.
No! 3, 2, 1. No! Okay. Okay. That's it. You good?
My side.
Oh!
Good catch. Beast mode.
Beast mode on.
At this point, morale was reasonably high, but starting to dwindle, which is not surprising given the circumstances. And with less than 20 hours remaining before we were supposed to catch our return boat to Jersey, we could really use a change of luck about now.
Connor! Come on!
Oh! It just didn't even feel any different to like all the other times you've done it.
Come on! A bit of luck finally.
That just saved so much hassle.
Fuck yes, nice one, Connor. Nice one. Come on. Just having a lot of trouble undoing these tiny screws, and it's like the first part of opening the engine, and so much work just for one screw. Connor's like, should we try one more time? After 100 times, we have the screwdriver back. Oh, Connor, thank you so much,
good,
man.
mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, what a saviour.
Let's go. I can't believe that.
Oh, you don't understand how happy that's made me.
It worked then. Our invention worked.
Undoubtedly, we had overcome the major hurdle in this predicament, and for the first time it felt like we might actually be able to make our boat back to Jersey, if we could get the spark plugs changed and the engine retuned and reinstalled in the next few hours. I've got to say, installing one of these engines requires a lot of jiggling around to align it perfectly onto the transmission. It can be an exercise in patience and perseverance at the best of times, and it's especially challenging when your jack is on a gravel floor and your engine is balanced on a block of wood. But with renewed determination and tenacity, there was no stopping us now.
Yeah, it went back in so much easier than it came out. Almost there. Okay, the tide has been in and out again and in again, and now it's going out. And our engine is back in. Come on, Connor.
Let's go.
So hopefully, we're going to start it now. Hopefully it starts. That should be what happens, right? You turn the key, it starts. It feels like so many things have been disconnected and reconnected over so many hours that it's highly improbable that this thing will start.
Nice.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a peep.
Not a peep. Oh shit.
We did it. It wasn't a world record, but it was a pretty good time considering we did that whole thing, taking the engine out in a dusty car park with no food, no hot water, and no brakes, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore. Goodbye, car park. We're not going to miss you. Let's go. Come on. Running so much better as well, I can tell.
Timing wise, we had cut this pretty close, so we drove through the night and managed to sneak in a few hours sleep at the port of St Malo before catching our scheduled boat back to Jersey, just in time for Connor to get back to work.
Back in Jersey, homebound.
Over the past few days, we'd been to hell and back, but I've got to say, Connor's approach to this whole situation was admirable. He really pulled through when I needed him most.
Definitely earning you petrol money.
Help! He's kidnapped me.
And he made the whole adventure almost, dare I say it, fun.
It's the first time I've ever popped something like this.
He was an absolute legend.
Basically pouring it out.
We could easily write this whole trip off as a massive fail. After all, this brother's long weekend getaway was supposed to be about bonding over adventure. But somehow, I think we achieved that. Sometimes in life, the adventure you plan is not the adventure you end up having. But often, they are the most memorable.
That's not what van life's like, you know that, right?
No, that's what Kombi Life's like.
That's what Kombi life's like, yeah. Extremely tiring, very dirty, nothing working, completely ruins your holiday plans. Hopefully your van life's going to be a lot easier going.
Smoother, yeah.
In fact,
I hope so too.
Next time, let's take your van and we'll leave the Kombi here.
Good idea.